When you're asked what is compression, or when you think about it in your brain, what is compression, you need to be thinking about you do something to a file or a program, or a song or a picture, which affects the file size of it. It affects the download time. So imagine you're on the internet and you are downloading a really high quality song just been released from a record artist in a file format which is really high quality. It'll take you a long time to download. If you download it as an MP3, you can do it in about 30 seconds. It affects the quality, compression does, and it affects storage, which is linked to file size. Now, compression is linked to pictures and music and sound, but in this case we're talking just about sound. So you've got two different types of compression, what we're going to talk about. We've got one which is called lossy compression, and that's easy. That's what we've just been looking at. It's where it removes some data from files. So music, it removes some, it puts in place some sampling key points, which then creates something beginning with I, which are the gaps, what's it called, begins with an I, in intervals, good. And basically, it hopes that humans will not notice the removal of data. So when you're listening to your music, it hopes that you won't notice it's different to how you hear it on the radio. I hope that makes sense. So lossy compression is what we've been talking about. You then have lossless compression. So I want to give you an example. Imagine that you've just programmed and you've made a game with loads and loads of code in it. It's very big. It's got loads of graphics in it. However, if you compress it, it's going to lose some of the code. When you lose some of the code, the game will not work properly. Is that really what you want to do? Is that really what you want to do? If you compress it by using lossy compression, it will remove some of the code, but that means it's going to have less file size, quicker to download. But in this case, we can't do that, because if we do, then the game will not work. Therefore, we're just going to stick with lossless compression, where we don't literally lose any data from it. The times when we use lossless compression is for programs, emails, where if something is removed, it'll break everything. If you compress an email, it will not be sent in the way which we want it to be sent. If we compress a program, some code will have to be gone, which means the program will not work. But if we compress music, hopefully it won't affect the song, so it's fine. If you're unsure about this, I'm going to explain it for images another time. But it's the same thing. You can have a picture which has, in fact, I'll show you on the next video very quickly.